Okie dokie, everybody. Welcome back. You're here at the Fox Den with Pater Voss, the Papa Fox, and we are going to continue playing Pillars of Eternity. When we last left off, we had created our monk character, and we had found that we are deathly ill, apparently, and we need to find some medicine. And we are traveling with this little group here to a new land. So let's actually just talk to some folks, you know? I don't have any lockpick skill.
Go on then, before it gets too dark.
Yeah. Okay, there's that. You can talk with this caravaner over here. Caravan life doesn't agree with you, does it? You look as raw as that merchant Heoden. Ah, okay, if we press tab, you can see all the things that you can pick at. So that's good.
Sure.
Let's get that. It looks like we got some deerwooden clothing and a lockpick. Well, that'll come in handy.
I see where you're going with that.
Blocked. Lockpick fail. I believe. Nah, I'm not going to try to use my lockpick. I'm going to find somebody else better who can do. Well, let's see. Let's see here if we look. Oh, the menu system in this is absolutely fantastic. It's not entirely customizable. Like, you don't have a whole lot of places where you can put different types of armor, but, you know, it's actually, once you get used to it, it's really cool. It tells you a lot about the party and the personal. So there's that, as well as everything that, all the stats you could possibly ever want to know about. I'm not going to go in all of this in exhaustive detail, but if you feel that you want to know more about the game, you can definitely look through it. There's so much here that it would just take me an absolutely prohibitive amount of time to go through. Suffice to say, for a monk, you probably want high, you know, what it mentioned before. So let's see, mechanics 0. That's what we wanted to see. And unfortunately, we cannot lockpick anything.
Mm-hmm.
So there's that. I can talk with this person.
Hey there.
There we go. Let's talk with this person.
Sure.
Still nothing. You know, I don't think we're going to actually really be able to talk with anybody. Oh, and they have these little spots here that you can see something new about the world. These tall glass green pillars appear as if they have sprouted from the earth. The flickering fire sets shadows dancing within. Ooh. Oh, looks like we can pick up some more loot. A potion of minor regeneration and some pens.
Anyone need supplies? I've got sundries for sale.
Heoden, you see a man wearing simple but mostly neat clothes. He's transfixed, however, by a ragged tear in the seam of his tunic.
Brought a whole wagon full of goods to sell, but not enough shirts for the road.
He shakes his head and laughs when he notices you. He scratches one cheek with his knuckles. It's covered with uneven stubble, as if he hasn't quite gotten used to shaving on the road.
Say, is there anything you need? I've got some basic traveling supplies for sale if you'd like to take a look.
I want to know more about you. Who are you?
I'm a trader, originally from the Adir Empire, but I've been trying to establish new business out here. Life on the road has brought some unexpected challenges, to be sure. And I'm sure you've noticed how prickly the locals can be. But we're here to make the most of things, right?
Let's see. That's incredibly naive. If you think these caravaners are prickly, watch out for those axe wielders. I mean, we might as well try. My thoughts exactly.
Something else you need? Looks like we're settled for the night.
What about the Ader Empire?
It's not as big as it used to be, but it's still big. The mainland is a continent northwest of here, but the colonies used to include Raed Ceres and the Deerwood. About 150 years ago, Deerwood won its independence from the Empire. A fact our companions are quick to remind me of.
He gives you a lopsided grin and nods at the scattered caravaners. Why'd you move all the way out here?
Because it seemed friendlier than Raed Ceres? My brothers took over the family mercantile business a few years ago, and there wasn't enough for me to do back home. I moved out to try and expand.
Well, you know, there you go. He shrugs. Deerwood is a former Ader colony, so it seemed like a good place to start. And as much as I admire the Raid Saris work ethic, they have always struck me as a little fanatical. It seems like you got the short end of the stick. I don't see it that way. Howden begins restacking the crates in his wagon. My brothers and I are all working together for the sake of the family enterprise. Oh, you now have a rank and disposition. These reputation points represent how people perceive your personality. Well, there we go. Well, let's see what you got. Okay, I can trade, of course. Could get a quarterstaff. Could do. There's a flail, rod, shields, brigandine, padded armor, another regeneration potion. Let's see real quick what my character can do. Do. Unarmed. Unarmed damage. 2+2 or 2.2. Okay. I'm actually going to go with this guy being an unarmed fighter, you know? He's going to be armed but unarmed. Or he's going to be armored but unarmed. So let's see what we have available to us. It's a 0.
Something else you need?
Let's see what you've got. Recovery speed, minus 30, minus 20. Let's actually keep with the light armor we have at the moment, you know? And let's actually... There's an option here that's actually really cool with some of your other characters that you get throughout the game, and you can talk with them, much like in RPGs past.
Springberries grow wild all over the place here. Keep your eye out.
Yep. Okay, there we go. And we also have a handy-dandy little map here if you press M, and a world map, so you can see exactly where everything is. We are currently right up here, and this is where everything else is. So, there we go. Exploration is key. Sparfell.
I'll have your water soon enough. Stream's not going anywhere.
No, I don't believe it is, unless you talk about its flowing. Ah, there's some herbs we could gather. The path winds through a narrow canyon, back the way you came.
Shouldn't stray too far.
Grooves in the road mark the passage of hundreds of caravans. Looks like
Let's check by those outcroppings.
Oh, here we go. We have fighting that we can do. So let's go ahead and be about it. We don't really have much in the way of special things we can do. Yet, that is. Let's see. Requires 1 wound. Well, there we go. So one of the things you can do is you can actually program your characters to do stuff. I don't do that. I actually manually or micromanage all of my characters. And that will require a lot of pausing and everything. I do apologize. I'm not the best when it comes to programming out character behavior. Snarf, snarf, out, out, psst, out. There we go. So, yeah, primary defenses, deflection, fortitude, reflex, and will. Blah, 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 blah. Let's go ahead and get this done. Haha. Wonderful. And we can go ahead and get some of that. We can get
This is it.
Springberry. Out. Out. One moment. Sorry about that. How did you do with my cat? Huh. Philosopher. People on the caravan. Okay, she probably said that, so, okay. I used to spend a lot of time reasoning about good and evil, right and wrong. It's part of my nature. I was a teacher before I came here. I don't believe in anything. I don't like this one. I don't believe in anything. That's not me. I used to spend a lot of time reasoning about good and evil, right and wrong. That's definitely me through and through. Yeah? How's it you happen to come here? Theories into practice. Tremendous waste of time. And no way to prove it. Theories into practice, I think, because when it comes to talking about practical philosophy, I mean, it's not a waste of time. Philosophy is an awful important subject. And it's not that there's no way to prove anything. It's that you come up with ways to describe the world as it happens. So let's go ahead and put my theories into practice. And it was time for you to move on. For me, that's just about every week. It's been a long time since I've been this way, but I always did like it. Lord Raedric's offer makes a girl think. I'll give him that. You here? You here to settle like the rest of the lot? Honestly, I hadn't given much thought. No harm in that. Might as well see the place first. So you must have some other plan in mind for coming this way. Fall in love. Probably the same things I did before. Adventure. Getting into trouble. Honestly, I have no idea what I'm going to do next. Completely spontaneous, huh? Interesting. Well, there's probably no hurry to make up your mind. They've got an inn in the Gilded Vale that'll put you up as long as you need, or so my sister tells me. Anyway, I'm wasting time here. Adma will give me an earful. Let's be on our way. Why are you here? Kalska sighs unevenly. Her eyes search the ground at her feet. My sister moved out here some time back. She sent me a letter. She seemed worried, but that's how she always is. This time, though, she asked me to come out, and that's got me a little worried. I haven't seen her in ages. Been doing guide work in Ixmitil. But I'd do anything for her. She's a much better woman than me. So I'm here, and we'll see. Adma and I've worked with her. Adma I've worked with before. He doesn't usually drive a route this way, but he's doing it for me. Tell me about yourself. I've got simple needs. I like open skies and far horizons. I find work that lets me live that way. My family wanders too. We started in Deerwood, but my parents ended up in the Living Lands. I've got a brother in Rauatai and another in Ader. My sister's in Gilded Vale, and she's the only real homebody. What can you tell me about the Deerwood? I'm not much for history, but from what I know, it used to be part of the Ader Empire. Broke off after a war some years back. The locals here are feisty, and that's how they like it. I've been out of touch, but I've been hearing weird kinds of things about it lately. People having trouble giving birth, I guess. A lot of them. Been going on for years now. But somehow it's getting worse. With an uneasy tremor in her voice, she adds, I'll have to ask my sister about it. All right, let's get back to camp. You know, I wouldn't hold my breath that Sparfle's getting you that water anytime soon. He does what he feels like when he feels like it. Now, we should check up on him first. Slap him around a little. Stream's just down that way. Come on, let's get your water. Okay, and with that, that is actually the end of the episode. I think I might have to stretch these ones out a little bit longer, but we are actually going to be taking it a little slowly for this. If you've enjoyed, feel free to leave a like or comment, or even subscribe to the channel if you want. It's great to see you all here at the Fox Den. I hope you'll come back and pull up a new chair again next time for some more Pillars of Eternity. All right, take care. Bye.